Welcome back to Growth Catalyst. Today is day 9 of Turbocharge Your Career. And on day 9 today, we are going to talk about why you need multiple resumes and how to tailor them perfectly for the job application that you come across. Let's dive in. Many people make the mistake of having just one resume, and sending it to every single job application that they are interested in. It's a huge mistake simply because your resume, that one thing that you are sending, may not necessarily match with the requirements of the different job applications that are posted. So the right strategy would be to ensure that you have multiple resumes, as many resumes as you are applying for the jobs. If you're applying for 5 jobs, you should have 5 different resumes for that, so that they're all perfectly matched with those requirements. How do you do it? How do you go about? Where do you start? Let's dive in. Let's start seeing that. Start with the master resume. What I mean by master resume? It's for your reference only, and that resume is not going to be seen by anybody else. What is the point of having such a resume? The point is it's your reference material. Every single experience that you have ever had, every single role that you have ever played in your corporate experience, suppose your experience is about 6 years or 7 years. All of these 6 years, all of the roles that you have played, all of the projects that you have done, all of the learning that you have had, could be different areas of learning, are all recorded there, so that you can draw from it whenever you need. That's the master resume. So what is the action that you need to take? Spend one Saturday, Sunday, one weekend, putting together that master resume in case you don't have one. Think about all the roles that you have played, all the company names, all the roles that you have played, all your experiences, all your learnings. Ensure that all of them are captured in some fashion or the other. You can format it later. First, capture it. Then spend another weekend formatting it so that you can draw from it very easily. Do that without fail. Before you start tailoring your master resume, draw from it and apply to different jobs, you need to analyze the job descriptions. What is it that they're asking for? Some jobs, for example, let's take a software job because it's easy to illustrate. Suppose a job of digital marketing expert is asking for expertise in SEO. Then, if you've got expertise in SEO and analytics and a few other things, because job application 1 is asking for expertise on SEO, you would highlight that when you send the resume there. If you are having expertise in other areas, you may talk about that, but your highlighting is going to be SEO because the application is asking for it. Suppose another application job posting is asking for digital analytics experience and you have it. If you are applying for that also, you will not highlight your SEO there. If you have the digital analytics experience and the job posting is asking for it, you would obviously highlight your digital analytics experience in that job when you are applying for it. So if you're applying for 2 different jobs and these 2 different jobs are asking for different kinds of experience, different kinds of expertise, and you happen to have both of those expertise, you will highlight the first expertise which is asked for in this job application versus the second expertise which is asked for in this job application. So that's what I'm talking about. So you need to go through the job applications, understand what expertise, what skill sets they are asking for, so that you can start tailoring your resume for those applications. Number 3, you need to ensure that you match the keywords that are asked in the job postings. Suppose the keyword is SEO. Then the word SEO has to appear. As long as you have the expertise, SEO has to appear as abbreviation also, as expansion also, as search engine optimization in both forms, so that you ensure that the application tracking system, which most of the recruiters use today, picks up your resume, matches this keyword and takes up your resume to the top. If suppose there are 10 keywords asked in the job application and you mention only 3, the density of the keywords in your resume is not going to be high compared to somebody else who has used all the 10 keywords in his resume. So his resume will rise to the top of the application pile, and that is what is going to be scanned by the recruiter compared to your resume, which is going to be at the bottom of the pile because you have used only 3 keywords. It could be that you don't have the expertise, then you don't qualify for the job. But the worst case scenario is where you do have the expertise, but you missed out the chance of highlighting those words, so that in spite of having the expertise, you may not be seen as a qualified person for the job. So if there are 5 keywords in the job application, you need to ensure, again, as long as you have the expertise, you have the skills, all of those skills, all of the names, all of the software or whatever that requirement is highlighted in your resume so that your resume is coming to the top of the pile. The fourth one is, like you match the keywords, you also should match the relevant experience. And this becomes more and more important as people gain more and more experience, as people have more years of experience in their job. Suppose you are a 8 years experienced person, you are a marketing person with, let's say, 3 years in CPG company and 2 years in a 3 years in a durables company and 2 more years in a, let's say, a auto sector. You have different kinds of experience. Suppose in your year 9, you are applying to auto sector, where you have 2 years of relevant experience and your latest experience. Now the question is, how much of an emphasis you should give to your FMCG experience and your durable experience. The most important thing in your resume is going to be, if I'm the recruiter, your relevant auto experience. You have got 2 years of experience, that's the most recent experience, and your resume, let's say 1-page resume, at least half of the page should be about your auto experience, because then I can get convinced about your auto experience and thinking about picking you up, compared to you putting a 3-page resume talking about everything that you have ever gone through. So if you have put everything, then the weight of the auto experience in what you are putting down is going to come down. If your resume is going to be 3-page long, that has its own problems. But in the 3-page long resume, the weight of auto experience is going to be only thin. But if you are going to put 1-page resume, half of the page, more than that, or 3/4 of the page is going to talk about your most recent, suppose, auto experience, and that is what you are going to apply for, then that is what I'm going to be interested in. So talk about your most relevant experience for the job that you're applying, and you can downplay on all other experiences. Sometimes you may decide not to even talk about that. Suppose you are applying for a durable company. So you would pick up and highlight the durable experience more than your auto experience or a CPG experience. You are able to understand the drift. So ensure that your most relevant experience is played up to what is expected, ensuring that the relevant experience is matched up with the expectation of the job posting. The last step of the 5-step process is updating your master resume. A lot of times people set up their master resume. I've seen it time and again. They set up their master resume but forget to update that. That's a very important thing. As long as you're in the job market, you need to ensure that your master resume is updated with your most recent experiences. It's a good idea to review your master resume at least once a month, or definitely at least once a quarter, so that in the last 3 months, what all has happened? Have you picked up new skill? Have you picked up any new experience? You add that back into your master resume so that you can pull it out if and when you need it later. A good idea, a good way of doing this would be to set aside some time on, let's say, January 1st, every quarter, 1st of quarter, or the last date after the quarter. It could be January 1st, April 1st, July 1st, October 1st, or the 30th of these months, so that you review what has happened during the last 3 months and add back to that master resume so that the master resume is always updated. So let's summarize what we have seen in this session. 1, ensure that you start with a master resume. It has everything that you have ever done, all your experiences, all your skills. 2, ensure that you go through the job application in detail so that you can tailor your master resume, draw from it, and apply a resume which is tailored to this application, tailored to this requirement. 3, ensure that you match specific keywords which are given in the job application. If you don't, then you miss out. There are good chances of you missing out because the application tracking system is going to look at matching of these keywords and the density of these keywords. 4, like you're matching these keywords, also ensure that you match relevant experience and you highlight relevant experiences, and you can downplay the irrelevant experiences. Number 5, very important, people miss it out many times, is ensuring that you update your master resume. You need to keep your master resume updated. At least do it once a quarter, review it, update it at least once a quarter so that it's always relevant for you, can always draw from it. I hope you like this session. Please like it. Please subscribe to Growth Catalyst Sub channel and see you in our next video.